2-0. Flosstube 2-0. That would be Flosstube number 20 for this girl, Annie, Joy-Filled Stitcher, in the house. Sorry, I'm a little loopy. It's Friday. And I just got done, like just got home. Literally came straight home to do this from watching the best movie of my life. Know what it was? Anybody guess? Downton Abbey! My goodness, it was so good. Not going to spoil anything if you have not seen it. You totally do not have to have watched the series, all 6 episodes, 6 seasons of the series. Oh, so good. All right, so Flosstube number 20. I'm Annie, Joy-Filled Stitcher, here on Flosstube and on Instagram. And I'm back for another weekly update. Today is Friday, September the 27th, and we have reached pretty much the end of September. Like, how did that happen? OBT dubs. It's 96 degrees outside, and it is 7 o'clock at night. Fall. First day of fall was this week, and it was like 100 on the first day of fall. This is not a good sign. This is not a good sign. I need cooler temps. I really do. Not gonna lie. It's getting old. It's really getting old. I saw a couple of things that were like, I need to wear a sweater. Like, I want to wear a sweater. I want to wear cute boots. I'm still wearing flip-flops, folks. I mean, granted, I've been known to wear flip-flops when it's 50 outside because, you know, that's how I roll. But, like, I want the option to wear my cute fall clothes and not still be wearing summer stuff. It is what it is. I just feel like by this point we've been cool. So this is some kind of trickery and nonsense and foolishness. If you're also suffering from what is totally a time warp in the weather universe, I'll pray for you. Because let me tell you, I'm wearing my Jesus Texas Tacos shirt today. Because that's how I'm feeling. Like, Jesus, help me with the weather. Anywho. Downton Abbey movie, amazing this week. Such a good week. Such a good week. We kind of, I hate to say this, played hooky on a lot of after-school activities. My daughter was just not feeling it, and I wasn't pushing it. And that's okay. We've kind of had a fruit basket turnover with my husband being home more this week, the last 2 weeks in the evenings, and it's got her all wonky, and homework's been a struggle, and, you know, life. So anyway, let's talk stitching. How about that? Let's stop listening to me ramble on for 5 or more minutes. Let's talk some stitching. So what do I got for you today? I have a new start. I have some WIPs. I definitely have some plans, and I'm excited about my plans. And then I have a little bit of stash. So first, let's talk about Fabulous Nail Color today. This is Color Street. Put this on last week. I replaced my cute, like, jungly blush colored with this, and it is called Moon River. And what's kind of cool is, like, right now it's looking really gunmetal with silver, but, like, in certain lights, it's almost looked like seafoam and unique. So, like, loving it. Kind of getting a little more fall vibe. That's just like a beating. All right, so let's talk stitching. So, okay, I said we were going to talk stitching, but stitching kind of relates to this. Last weekend, as you may recall, if you watched Flosstube 19, I filmed early because we were heading to Great Wolf. Woohoo! Great Wolf was fun. We got home Sunday morning. Everyone was exhausted. Saturday, we kind of had a downtime in the afternoons. I finished my my final homework task on Saturday during that downtime. And I also started something new during that time. Excuse me. And, allergies. Nonsense. Sorry, I'm kind of a little like... This is peak week. I did not know that. It's like the height of allergies and heightened, like the peak of everything is right now, especially if you deal with ragweed. And ragweed is my nemesis. I take a daily allergy med and it's still like busting through. I woke up this morning, I was like, whoa, my head. I'm better now. All right, so anywho, let me show you my new start. And I actually alluded to this and said I was going to start it. I did. Yay, go me. So this is still on my Q-Snap because it's kind of one I've wanted to spend some time on, and it just really hadn't happened. Homework was kind of big this week, and I'll share that in a minute. So it's my Downton Abbey piece. So I'm now even more excited because let me tell you, I'm not going to tell you much about the movie, but the exterior shots of Downton Abbey, which is actually Highclere Castle, impeccable. I mean, just beautiful. And just when that music starts up, oh, chills. I had chills, literal chill bumps up and down both my arms and my legs. And I was like, yes! Oh, it was so good. So good. So I have a small start on this. And this is on 16 count Ada Pictures Plus in Sprite. And I have the middle 3 window frames. That's all she wrote, folks. But you know what? This was just a little bit to say I'd started it, and now it's going to be it'll be something I can pull from for tasks and things like that. This week I did not pull from it. It didn't really fit anything. And I had some other things I wanted to work on, one of which included a finish. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, so in order to discuss magical stitches, I totally just got this fabric stuck in this zipper. Not the fabric, but the serging. Oi. Darn you. Me trying to rush. Okay, take a deep breath. All right. Oh, welcome to anyone who is new. I have had a ton of people pop up as new subscribers, and I'm not exactly sure what has prompted that. I'm sure someone has shared me. I am probably still a month behind on my Flosstube. I have said before, and I will say it again, I am a completionist. If I have added it to my watch list, I watch it in order. So if you've mentioned me, if you've shouted me out, you're awesome. Thank you so much. I love doing this, and if you're here and you're new, welcome, welcome, welcome. Also, I think I maybe have garnered a few new viewers because the amazing Raquel at Mrs. Sadas did her new website, and it's amazing. Oh my gosh. And I know I'm saying amazing like 1,000 times, but her website is so user-friendly. Up until this weekend or someday this week, she was doing a coupon code for ordering off the website. And so, of course, I placed an order because you give me a coupon code, I'm going to spend some money. Plus, I was able to go ahead and get a few things for some new kitting up project-y kind of things. And so that should be heading my way at some point. I know she's still on vacation, posting insanely beautiful pictures of all the places she's visiting on her Instagram. But anywho, and she contacted me and said, hey, I'm building, you know, the back end of my new website. Would you be okay if I included one of your videos where you talked about my product on the About Us section? And I was like, what? Hugely honored. Like, and that's what I said to her. I'm like, hugely honored. I love her product. I'm going to continue to shout it out because I think it's fantastic. Top quality. It smells amazing when it gets to you, like birthday cake. And it's so easy to work with. Like, I've worked with some silks. Not near as easy. It's like butter. It is like butter. Well, anyway, so she asked me and I said, absolutely. Please share if you feel like it's worthy of sharing. She was like, yes, I love you. And I was like, well, I love you too. So now we're like best friends, right? Raquel, we're best friends. Anyway, so if you found me through that, welcome. I do talk about lots of rambliness, but I also show some pretty cool cross stitch. So yeah. Okay, back to stitching. I'm sorry. I kind of got off on 1,000 different tangents. I'm going to let me pull up homework. So let's talk about some School of Magical Stitches homework. So real quick, there was a question on one of my videos. asking how would you find out about School of Magical Stitches. Okay, so it's a Facebook group, and I responded back to your comment with a link to the group. So it is the School of Magical Stitches and Literature. Myself and some others shortened it to kind of Magical Stitches. And we are still in this year of Harry Potter. We are going to be switching themes next year, and I'm so excited. If you have not heard, spoiler, it's going to be Disney. So we're going to be doing, there's a Serena Valentino book set that's the Villains series, and I think there's 6 of them. And then Kingdom Keepers by, I think it's Ridley Scott is his name. I might have gotten that wrong. I think there's like 7 of those. And so we're going to be kind of alternating back and forth. And then so some Disney themed stuff. So I'm like super excited. Super excited. Okay, so let me go into homework. Homework this week was all about Quidditch tryouts. And so you had to pick you had to try out for all the positions. And based on the position, there was a prompt. And then you had to decide what was your top choice position, your second choice, your third, and your fourth choice. Your top choice, you had to do 500 stitches. Second most choice, like the next one you'd be happy with, would be 400 stitches. And then 3 and 4 were 200 stitches. And then there was a bonus credit. So for position number 1, I'm just going to kind of go in order of the task, which was Keeper. I said it was my 4th choice. And so I did 200 stitches in Wizard Pusheen. So, one moment. And so I did 200 stitches in, let me find my pouch, my Wizard Pusheen that is in this pouch, and I got a finish. So this is on 16 count. Picture this plus in Demoiselle, which was a new color. And as you can recall, I'm doing a Ravenclaw conversion. Then here's the pattern. This is what it looks like. I did a Ravenclaw conversion on the scarf, so I did blue and gold. And then I converted the glasses as best I could to Luna's Spectra Specs. So here is my finish. And I am obsessed. I'm still determining if I want to back stitch around the pink for the Spectra Specs, but you can kind of see they're peeking out to the side, and I love it. I love it. So I'll have to figure out how I want to finish this. I have not decided that yet. It was just a finish this week. So that gives me so far 2 finishes for September, and I'm not sure that I will get any more. It is what it is, folks. So then let's go to Seeker. Seeker was my second choice position. So I put 400 stitches into Quilting Bee by Blue Flower, and I said it talked about being a sought after pattern. And so I said that it was a 2019 market release, and I was obsessed from the moment I saw it and had to purchase it immediately. So this is the pattern. I've shown this many a times. I am stitching it in all the called for. It lives in a pouch with Tula Crazy Butterfly fabric. And it's on 16 count Ada and by Picture This Plus in Heartland. And I am nearly finished with the bee. So I had a tiny bit, there's a tiny bit around this still to do. I've got a Scotia wing and then the rest of this Blue Lagoon to outline and do the veining. So 400 stitches in that. Loving it. Loving it. Every single time I stitch it, I'm loving it. And I'm gonna brag on myself for just a minute. That's some pretty sharp stitch in there. Those stitches are tight. They are tight. They are good. I know it. Yeah. Anyway, I saw somebody post on Instagram today some of the like literally sharpest stitch. I mean, they look like they were done by a machine. It was amazing. I was like, goals. That was my goals. All right, so then third position, beater. And I said this was my first choice. It had to be something that starts with letter B, either designer first last name, designer company, first initial of the designer company, or pattern. So I chose HL's Moth by Kathy Barrick. It lives in my Tula Moth pouch. This is the mock-up. This is also my conversion on this page. There we go. You should all be familiar with HL's Moth. If you are not, go out, buy it immediately. This will be one of possibly 3 I am stitching. And again, this is another pattern I am obsessed with. Gorgeous. So I rounded out the rest of the brown on the wings. And then I started in on this berry color. And I think I've completed the berry on this wing. And I still have some to do on this wing. And I love it. And this is on an 18 count Aida from Mystic Fabrics in Veteris. And again, I'm loving it. I need to fold it a different way because I'm getting a fold right down the middle of my stitches, which makes it hard to show. All right. Let's see. So for number 4, position 4, which was Chaser, I said it was my 3rd choice. You had to stitch 200 stitches actually in a female character. And I had really only 2 project choices, and I had been wanting to get some more accomplished in this one, which is Emerald City SAL by Al Forrest Embroidery. This lives in a Made by Mama Joan pouch with all my flosses in it. This is an old mock-up. Since then, there's been like 6 more releases up this way. But I have done a restart on this with a lot of the Al Forrest flosses. I also did a fabric restart. And this is on a 16 count. We're having a theme here. 16 count Picture This Plus in Nessie. This was another market release from 2019. And I put in 200 stitches in My Gal Dorothy. I converted her shoes to ruby slippers, and I did them in the DMC Etoile in C321. You may or may not be able to tell. And then I got some additional stitches also in Tatty Poo's skirt. I finished off my 2nd homework task last weekend on this piece. And so in doing that, I finished off the rest of this house, this purple flower, and this piece of the yellow brick road. And then in trying to make sure I positioned Tatty Poo correctly, she was wrong on my initial one. I went ahead and just stitched in, for no credit, these like 6 green vine stitches. Green stock. So yeah, it's coming along again. I'm loving the Al Forrest threads and how they variegate. Like, it makes that cabin look kind of like I would think the one in Wizard of Oz looked, being it was in Kansas and it was kind of in the country and things like that. So I got some more into that between the last week's task and then this week's task. Now, there was a bonus credit, and the bonus credit is we had to team up with somebody in any other house and somehow connect our projects together. So I put out a shout out who's working on Attempting Tangles, because I wanted to work on Quakers in France. And Chrissy Matson, she's a Slytherin, was going to be working on Miss Cottontails. And I was already caught up on that. And by that, when I set this about on Sunday or Monday, I think it was Sunday, the new part had not been released yet. And so I put in 200 stitches into Tempting Tangles Quakers in France. And this is on a 16 count. Picture This Plus. We got a theme, folks, in Barnwood. And so this is the entirety of part 1 complete. I put in 200 plus into this. The 200 basically was finishing out this motif, the center here, and this tiny bit of this yellow. I went ahead and finished the yellow, added in the green accents and this brown to get me part 1 finish. This is long since done, but I am still stitching it in parts because it just makes more sense to me, because that's how it was laid out by Tempting Tangles. So that's what I stitched on. Now, plans this weekend. And I'm going to show you where I am on one of these. So this weekend, I need to probably start contemplating my September temperature stitch. Now, I will say, because we have been so consistently disgustingly hot, I have a whole strings of the same color, which is awesome. And I'm still loving it, but like I'm excited for it to be done, because I feel like I'm obligated to finish it at this point. And I will, because I am going to be obsessed with it when it's finished, framed, or whatever I decide to do with it. I think I'm going to frame it. So I do need to start putting my head around it, although since Monday's the final day, I may see if it will work into homework next week. That would be awesome. I usually have about 300 stitches in it. It might work for homework. Miss Cottontail's Part 3 got released yesterday. It is still not too late to join. A couple of you have joined, and I've seen your kind of your names pop up in the group as a welcome, and I'm excited you're joining me. I love it that I partnered up with somebody who's also doing it this week for Magical Stitches homework. And so yeah, come on over, join. And so that is on my gamut for tomorrow. And so let me show you where I am. I put it on the Q-Snap today thinking, oh, I'll get to it today. No, today was a crazy day at work. I had no time to stitch at lunch. I had no time to stitch anything. So I have completed part 1 and part 2. I showed this, I believe, last week. I've got some part threads here that are snugged over here by my little bobbity things. And so I'm going to start on part 3. It will continue this flower. It's got a few more flowers. And then we're going to start seeing some of this corner motif start to ooch in on the far side of block 3. Block 4 will finish out the other corner, which I think will likely be another repeating motif. Block 3 has some more tops to some letters. And so I'm excited to see this continue to shape up. I'm pleased with myself that I'm keeping on top of a SAL for once, because I started this year with 2 SALs. You want to know where those 2 SALs are? I hacked up the fabric and put all the floss away and said, not doing this anymore. I just fell out of love with them. And that's okay, because I'm still getting the patterns, and there's been a couple of blocks of one that I really want to stitch independently of the rest. All right. Let's talk some other little bits of plans. So, October is coming. October is my birthday, is when my birthday falls. I'm not one of those that's like, oh, my birthday week, or oh, my birthday month. I'm like, I'm gonna be 39. Birthdays are not like, whoa! Like my daughter, who's, you know, little, and so she's like, I'm 7 and a half. I haven't been all year like, I'm 38 and a half. Half the time I'm like, am I 38? Am I 39? Am I 37? Like, I have to think about it. So my birthday's coming up this month, and I've considered doing a little birthday stitch along hashtag on the 13th. I know that's dark 13 stitching, so a lot of people, whatever, but I think I'm gonna hashtag it Joy-Filled Birthday SAL, and I would just encourage you to use that and stitch on anything that brings you joy. So that could be your dark 13 stitching. That could be if you're working through some Halloween projects for 24-hour of cross stitch across stick. It could be whatever brings you joy. So, but my official birthday start is going to be Ink Circles Rosetta. And I showed that a couple of videos ago. So that's my official birthday start. But to make this one even better, since 13 is the date of my birthday, 13 is also my lucky number, and I have a large number of projects I want to start, I'm doing 13 starts in October, including Ink Circles Rosetta. So next Friday, make a date to be here, because I'm going to share all 13 of those starts. And my thought is, by then I will have at least started one. I believe. We'll see. I have to kind of work out the logistics of, because 13 does not kind of go evenly within the month of 31. I kind of like that it's 13/31. It's the reverse. So anyway, I've got that kind of mulling around in my head. I have until the 1st to figure that out. But I'll keep you posted on Joy-Filled Birthday SAL, October 13th. Put it on your calendar. Put it in your plans. Let's rock Instagram with all our joy-filled stitching. For me, joy-filled stitcher, Annie. And my 39th birthday, because I am not a baby anymore. I'm getting old. I know in the grand scheme of things, I am not old. And I like to tell my husband, who's 7 years older than me, I might be 39, but you're still 45. Well, actually, okay, so we're 7 for part of the year, which is right now, and then 6 for the other half of the year, because his birthday is in May. So let's talk some stash. Added some stash. So let's talk about fabrics first, and I gotta hustle because I think my child called me. So I got my monthly fabric from Hand Dyes by Stephanie that I am doing through literally had it right here. It flew away. It's over there somewhere. Needlecraft Corner. Sounding familiar? Because I know Hand Dyed by Stephanie, she's discontinuing hers come December. And so this one started up. I know what colors I'm going to get for the whole year. There's 13 of them. Month 12, you get 2. And I got to pick my count, and I got to pick my size, but I don't know what I'll get each month. So this month, I'm excited. I got a lot of really cool, like this, between this and my other fabric, lots of good autumnal colors. I got Briar Rose, and this is a fat quarter. Oh, it's beautiful. And I had Briar Rose that I had gotten around market time at my LNS, and I got it in linen because at that time I thought, oh, I could do this. I got this. I sold that to somebody else who would love it and actually be able to stitch on it. Although I think one of my starts for October is going to be Blue Flower Stitchings Autumn Drum Kit, and I think I'm going to do it on the 40. I think I'm going to suck it up, get myself some awesome magnifiers, get my white going, and I'm going to do it. Because goodness knows, the older I get, the worse my eyes get. So now or never. All right, so my gal Misty over at Mystic Fabrics, and I have not opened these, and so they're going to be kind of like a Band-Aid. She did fabric games this past Sunday. And dude, if I thought I was not going to participate, and then she posted like terracotta colors, I had to have them. So this is an 18 count in a rather large piece. This is 27 by 30. Beautiful. Beautiful. Cannot wait to figure out what I'm going to put on this. In fact, I may be re-kitting some things. Ah, that's even better. Beautiful. And then I thought, okay, I claim 2, because, you know, my magic fingers claim 2. And I thought, oh, those look kind of similar. I'm so pleased because they came in today with my Swedish fish. Thank you, Misty. Swedish fish is my favorite that you put in your packages. This is also an 18 count 8, and I thought I was going to get 2 the same, which was fine because they were gorgeous, but look at this one. Shut the front door and don't take my fabric. Ugh. Insane. Insane. If you have not gotten yourself a piece of Mystic Fabrics, do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. And I know they're hard to come by, people who show up. I got lightning fast fingers, folks. Something I'm actually good at getting, fabric. Problem is I got so much I need to stop. Stop the insanity. Look at these though. Look. Oh my gosh, they all go together. I need to find a pattern that I can like patchwork it. Ooh, that'd be so pretty. That'd be a pretty color palette for like some kind of cool ink circles or something. Oh, so beautiful. Because you know I could match these to some DMC colors. Ah. So good. Okay, then I got some floss and then we done. We done. And then next week's going to be a long one. Okay, so Threads Entwined. Love Threads Entwined. They have partnered with Color and Cotton. I love some Color and Cotton. And they are doing a monthly floss club. And you can do 5 skeins or 10 skeins. And they are doing all of the currently in production Color and Cotton colors in alphabetical order. I love it. Oh my gosh. So I got mine and they came on one of my favorite things ever, which is the little cable keychain thing. And so I got, this was my first shipment. I will continue to participate until I have them all. Apricot. There are some still available of this September club on her website. Threads Entwined. Antique Rose. Alphabetical Americano, which I had an Americano, but I didn't want to use it because it's so beautiful. Now I got 2. Aloha, which is a pretty yellow. Almond Latte, great neutral. Almond, another good neutral. I might actually use that for a project I'm kitting up to maybe start. Alexandrite, that's a beautiful like purple blue combo. Alabaster, that reminds me a little bit of like Weeks Dye Works Tin Roof, maybe-ish. Aged Pumpkin, that with those 3 fabrics, phenomenal. And then let's add Adobe in with it. That Adobe, I have one of these already that I got from another floss club, maybe, I think. Maybe from 3 Owl Threads, possibly. And it's so beautiful. And it's so different than Gentle Arts Adobe, which comes across way more like orangey cream. This is like reds and browns. Beautiful. Okay, I got one more. So, my other gal, I have a whole like squad. And my squad is on point. So we got Raquel with the silks. We got Nancy with the Victorian motto. Got Misty with the fabrics. Threads entwined with all the amazingness. My squad, goals. I love how I put myself up on this, like, everybody's on my squad. Like, I'm a fan. Like, I meet any of these people in person, it's me like, like, fangirl. Like, how some people are towards, like, is Justin Bieber still a thing? Or, like, the Jonas Brothers, are they still a thing? Like, maybe how people are with JoJo Siwa. I think she's kind of a thing. I don't know. I'm old. I'm going to be 39. I don't know this. How I was with New Kids in the Block back on the day. But New Kids on the Block, not in the block. Back in the day. I swapped those words. It's been a long day. How I was back in the day. I totally had a doll. Like a Ken. And I totally went to camp with a New Kids on the Block blanket that had all their faces on it. I was cool. I was maybe not cool at camp, but I thought I was cool. And I felt cool because my mom bought me the blanket. Anyway, okay, so I bought, Nancy posted, she had a few of these left, which is her Return to Sleepy Hollow set. She does still have some available. I might have also gone on her website, on her eBay store, and bought some to kit up some other projects that are already on their way. So we got Old Ichabod Crane. This is the Return to Sleepy Hollow set. This is Von Tassel's Curse. That's a regal purple right there. We got Whispering Wind, which converts to 946. I have a pattern I might use this in. We got Legendary Pumpkin, which is a 741, 742. Headless Horseman, which is 608. I mean, these oranges are on point. Sleepy Hollow, another fantastic orangey browny color. Wicked Haunting. Oh, this is a dupe. No, it's not. I lied. Shh, you didn't hear that. 720. It reminds me a little bit of Fragrant Cloves, but it's a little darker. Galloping Steed, 780. Good brown. Return to the Hollow, 721. Cloaked Rider, another pretty purple. Bridge in the Hollow, another orange, but this one's way more brown. And then we got Ride Through the Hollow. This is a fantastic multi-variegated green. So if you are in need of some great autumnal spooky stitching flosses, this is the kit to get. But I mean, I'm looking at this going, wow, this would be fantastic for any of your like harvest stitching. Is there such thing as harvest stitching? I don't know. I'm making it up as I go along. Speaking of making things up, I have been urged by the lovely people on Instagram to put out one of my patterns. So much so that somebody bought Mrs. Seda silk. You know who you are. And you're awesome. And you're my BFF on Instagram. You give me all the Instagram love. She basically said, okay, I bought the silk, now you got to put out your pattern. Well, guess what? It's coming. I am going to try to get my piece stitched of Jeremiah 2911, which is my piece that I am doing solely in Mrs. Seda's Popcorn colorway. It is a chart of my own creation, and I am going to get that put up on Gumroad and it should be soon. So watch for the announcement on my Instagram, joy.filled.stitcher, joy.filled.stitcher on Instagram, and it's coming. My first ever pattern. I have aspirations to maybe have some more. We'll see. But I love the push that other people gave me, because I guess I don't find faith in myself that it's that good that people would want to buy it. But like, thank you, because it makes me feel pretty awesome. It gives me joy. So to recap, lots of things worked on, lots of plans, including and not limited to 13 new starts in October, as well as a birthday new start with hashtag joy-filled-birthday-SAL. Boom. And with that, I leave you for another week. I hope you have a fantastic week coming up, that your September ends on a high note, and then we go into October with more pleasant temperatures, more pleasant vibes. October is like my favorite month of the year, not just because of my birthday. It's my brother's birthday. It's lots of fun. Usually the weather turns, and so lots of fall stuff and pumpkin stuff, and I got to get to Trader Joe's and get all my pumpkin stuff. And with that, I'm going to leave you, and I hope you have happy stitching this week. Bye, folks.